Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Behind the News. This is the second episode we're doing Behind the News. And you know, the first episode was also AI related. This episode is going to be AI related as well. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
And yo, when I heard about this last week, dude,
You immediately sent me a text like, "Hey,
I
we
was
gotta talk
like,
about
this is what we're doing. This is what we're, look at me. I'm already sweating. I'm already sweating. So we are talking about Tilly Norwood. So, you know, in the blogosphere, they're calling her Tilly Manilli. Because you know she ain't real, you know, but she's an AI generated character, and Hollywood is up. You know, they got the Calvins are like up in a tizzy, huh? With this announcement.
Yeah, everybody's shook. Everybody's very shook, and see, rightfully so, right? You gotta think about if you made an action movie in the last, I would say, 5 years. You have a complete digital scan of you sitting in the office somewhere on a hard drive. Your entire bone structure, everything, your hair follicles, complete scan of your face is sitting somewhere in a hard drive in a studio somewhere. And your voice, because AI has gotten really good with the voice right now. We're doing like main typical actors and get the stuff down so it sounds plausible. I would say passable. It sounds passable. But if you sat down and read this thing out, you can get it perfect. And then what? Because it's a whole different thing now. And it's the thing. All of these movies and these TV shows are all filmed on a green screen or in the volume or something like that now. They're not really shooting in public unless, you know, you're A-list superstar director and you got the budget for it. Most stuff is CGI, you know, green screen somewhere or a volume. So like all you gotta do is pop you in, make sure you're the right size, and you're done.
We're here. We're here. Let's take a look at Tilly Norwood. Okay, so let me ask you this here. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so this is an AI generated character. So someone sat down and said, hey, you know, they did the prompts, they reworked it, and this is what they came out with. The girl next door.
Yeah.
That's the whole angle they were trying to go for, the girl next door.
Yeah.
Let's go through some more slides here because I have another one here. There she is again. And in this slide here, does she look like AI or what?
This is because I know what to look for, but it's close. It is very close. And if you put this in a movie with the color grading and everything like that, you wouldn't tell. You wouldn't be able to tell.
Even though, like in the background, some of the words are like, you know, spelled weirdly. Here she is, right here.
Yeah,
she's got some freckles on her nose. She's got freckles on her nose, dude.
But here's the thing: if you know what to look for, like the little things in the background, it's like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Looks kind of close, but would you see certain things and, you know, it's color graded and fixed properly? If somebody sat down and really fixed the colors and did the background, because this is all AI. This is somebody just did this in the thing, but like if a professional sat down and really did the colors on it, you would not be able to tell, especially for a movie.
She's got the laugh lines and everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is saying this is diabolical how close we are. Computer generated thing looks as good as the real thing. You can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
so we're like at the touring level of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the touring level of you can tell the difference between the robot, AI, and humans. We are close. We can, as far as pictures goes, we're there. We are a couple years away from robots. I'll say that right now. Yeah, everybody can be like, no, that's not true though. We are close, bro. We are very close.
Listen,
closer than you realize.
They're talking about SAG-AFTRA called her a synthetic performer. And let me just say this, right? I love the fact that in society we are starting to use the word synthetics for things that are AI or robots, right? Because we watch all this sci-fi and it's all
Blade
about
Runner
like,
and other stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about synths, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, wow, okay, like remember, Pluto is about synths. They were trying to get rid of the robots and then they were like, no, robots have feelings as well. Or at least, you know, we should give them the ability to live amongst, you know, humans in our society, you know?
Let me ask you this real quick and then we'll go to the thing.
What's up?
What type of robot do you think is gonna be the first to be accepted in society? Is it gonna be like a helper robot or like something that's gonna pick up garbage or
Mhm.
police robot, soldier robot?
Yeah.
What's gonna be like, oh, this is fine, and
Mhm.
everyone's just gonna let it go? Like, what's the thing that's gonna happen first? They're just going F it. This is fine.
Well, right now, today, we have helper robots. So what that, like, for instance, in Japan and China, robots are the ones delivering your food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
in Jersey City, downtown Jersey City, a few months ago, and we
Mhm.
were just like walking around and everything, and then we just saw like just a line of like robots on wheels, right? And they were just
Mhm.
rolling down. It was like about 12 of them. And we were there for about a week, and every day we saw these robots, and they were like robots
Mhm.
delivering things, right? So we already have that now. Now, in terms of like, in a
Yes.
sort of like,
I mean, fully
biped,
accepted,
mhm,
integrated into society kind of thing.
in a
Because
biped sort
that's
of
not there
way,
yet. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
biped sort of way, as a lot of these AI, sort of scientists are saying, like, well, that's not
Mhm.
going to happen yet, right? They always say yet, So, and that's the
Yeah.
telltale because they're like they'll say we're all going to hell, or it's not going to happen yet. It will happen, but not yet. I think I'm thinking like maybe. And again, you still see these things in Japan. Japan is moving forward with that. I'm going to say 10
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
maybe 10 years.
Okay.
But that's really
Okay.
close.
Yeah. 10 years is not long.
Yeah,
Dude, it was basically 9, 10 years from Obama. Like 10
that's
years
it.
is not long.
Yeah.
That's it.
You
It's
know,
not a long time ago. So you gotta think about it like that. Things are moving at a rapid pace, and I look at like there's this thing with computer chips that used to double every new integration
right.
of a new computer chip used to double in capacity, power, and speed, and how many I think it's how many circuits could be on the board on the chip itself on the
Mhm.
CPU. I think it was like it doubles every release, right? Something like
Dude,
that, and it's been consistent
that
fairly
was
for the last 20 years.
right. That was the thing that was kind of holding back technology. It was like because
Yes,
these processors can
yes.
only do but so much. Now you have processors the size of a football, that these companies need to, power
Mhm.
AI. Now, here's the thing about this whole AI character thing with like Tilly
Yeah,
Norwood,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, so they created this. The name of the company is let me see. The name of the company that created this is called, and this is kind of a dope name, Particle 6. That's kind of a dope name, Particle 6, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And it was
yeah. That's like
created
a
by,
movie name.
yeah, exactly. It was created by this person called Eline Van der Velden. Van der Velden.
Mhm.
She's the founder of
Okay,
Particle 6, right? Let's watch this really quick video. I'm just going to show you like maybe 30 seconds of a video, all right? Wait a minute. Let me go here.
okay.
Hazing ritual. Who did it cast?
Tilly Norwood, 100% AI generated.
By some company called Particle 6.
Yeah,
She'll
no
do
audio.
anything I say. I'm already in love.
Girl
Ooh.
next door vibes.
Okay.
Like if a Sunday roast went to drama school and got BAFTA optimized.
But can she cry on Graham Norton?
Of course she
Yo.
can. And it'll be clipped, subtitled,
Dude, there's
and
parts of this video I'm
monetized
like,
on
holy
TikTok
crap,
by
man.
lunchtime.
We're all going to
There's
hell.
parts like her
commissions in
sitting
there.
on the
3
desk.
seasons
Is the
and a
Graham Norwood
podcast
show or whatever.
by an AI
She's
commissioner,
she's
much
sitting
faster.
in the studio lights. You can't tell that's AI right there.
Dude, listen.
There's parts you go back. There's certain parts of this video you can't tell at all. There's AI.
That's the promo video, right? That entire video, it was about 2 minutes long. That entire video is AI. The characters
Yeah.
you see is AI, the whole nine, right?
Yeah.
So I'm listening to a voice. They're like, this is the girl next door, the whole nine. I'm like, okay. So if I wanted to create an AI character, right?
Mhm.
A synthetic performer that could possibly make some noise in Hollywood. Dude, this person, if it were a female, right? It would be the hottest. Is she hotter than Jennifer Aniston? She's got to be hotter than Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah,
Is she
it should
hotter
be.
than, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just like, is
Yeah.
dude, is she hotter
Well,
than
he-
Helen Mirren? She's got to
But
be
here's the
hotter than
thing.
all these people.
But here's the thing, though.
Mhm.
If you have somebody that just looks regular, people would accept it easier than if this is super gorgeous, perfect looking person. The fact that she's just like a
Mm,
regular girl down the street, mentally, you're like, oh, this is okay. We could find somebody like that anywhere. But like, if it was like super, super model hot, I think people would have a problem with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, mentally, they were like, I can't, this is not, she has no perfection. She doesn't look like
well,
a human being. Like, they would go
well,
mad about it.
I think people would be in more of an uproar because this this AI character would be like just so hot and just body everything popping and everything
Yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
Remember the movie we watched on Apple TV called Ghosted?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so the lead actress in that, I think her name was Anna de Armas, and
Yeah.
they kind of look alike, dude. They kind of look
And
alike.
Anna's hotter, right? I'll go on record and
So
say that
so
Anna's
this is
hot.
right. So Anna like and she's a chameleon. So she can give you the girl next door. She
Yeah,
can
she
give
just
you
looks
the
like whatever you
apocalyptic
want.
sort of chick. She can give you everything. She has all these different faces. She's saucy, the whole nine. I don't see anything
Yeah.
saucy about this. I mean, I saw her like in this video clip of like, just in a, maybe she's doing some sci-fi stuff. I'm like, I don't get it, right?
Yeah,
However,
but here's the thing.
what?
Before you say that, this is the 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
When we get like on
Oh, wow,
6.0
that's true,
upgrade,
dude.
good lord, what's
This is
humanly possible?
1.0. Dude,
This is a
listen.
1.0 out the
Oh,
gate. This is crazy.
okay. I will admit this though, right? I really do like the creativity of it. I mean, if you're a creative person, you love this. It's just like, wow, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
the question is to you, so do you think this is a creative tool or maybe a Trojan horse or both? I think that it's both for me.
I mean, we talked a little bit about this offline, but
Mhm.
I agree 100% is both. And what I said offline is that the people who are in charge of this thing, the studio that's going to buy the rights to this thing,
Mhm.
they are unscrupulous, all right?
Yep.
So this thing could be helpful because we need 100 actors, but we could only find 25, right? So we'll fill in the gaps with this actor, this synthetic whatever actor, and then we'll continue doing our thing. That's not what they're going to use it for. They're going to replace people with this, all right? That they have access to. They're just going to get rid of them because they can't afford to keep doing all this stuff. So what I think is going to happen is we are going to have AI type shows. There's going to be real actors interacting with the AI people on a lot
Mm.
of shows. That's
Mhm.
coming very soon because this is easy to do. This is the thing.
Yeah.
If it was super complicated and hard, I think that it would probably go a little bit longer and people would have to make decisions about, I don't know if we use the AI team on this one, we're going to get a real actor because it's just easier. No.
Mhm.
Making the AI actors is easy to do. It's a bunch of prompts. And once you get the thing set up, it's just, you just go from there. Turn your head
Mhm.
to the left, say this line, turn your head to whatever, like walk through the door.
Give
Like,
it the camera lens you want to use, the angle, everything
yeah, yeah,
else.
yeah.
Mhm.
Once you finish designing this thing and punching this thing into a computer program, this is easy to do. All right.
Yeah.
So the
Mhm.
fact that we've built the design already, we got the actress thing, body, whatever is all done, voice is done. They got the program written already to fit it into movie stuff. Like this is a layup for them to use it poorly, all right? But the question is, will people accept it now or 5 months from now or 2 years from now? That's the
Mhm.
question. Because regular people have to look at this and be like, this is fine. They can do all this stuff and say all this stuff they want. Actors can cry about all they want. If regular people who are on YouTube or watching Netflix right now just say, you know what? This AI actress is great. This is the end for everybody, man. This is it. There's
Okay.
no coming back from this. If this
Okay,
is accepted
so
by mainstream society, it's over.
yeah. Okay, so I do think that it's really creative. I like it. It's also a Trojan
Mhm.
horse. I love how disruptive it is because it's
Mhm.
like, hey, Hollywood. Hollywood is up in a tizzy, right? And it's just like, yeah, you better start doing some really good work now because there's some technology right behind you that's going to
Yeah,
scoop
it'll
you up.
cook
Now, I
you.
also think it's
Yeah.
lazy, right? And I'm going to tell you why
Mhm.
it's lazy. Because eventually that's where we're going anyway, like movies that are created
Yeah.
by AI, so you're going to create a script in AI, you're going to create AI characters.
Mhm.
The whole joint is going to be created by AI. So why even like say, hey, you know what? It's really it's a genius move when it comes to marketing. You know what I'm saying? They're like, hey, let's do this. Let's put it out there and just watch everything just like blow up. So this
Yeah, it would
person
explode.
created
Yeah.
Particle 6 that created the AI, and then she created a company to manage the AI, and then she created a contract between the company that created the AI with the company that she created to manage the AI. And so now all of these talent agencies are trying to sign her, right? Or presumably they're interested, right? Which is goofy in and of itself, right? It's a lot of goofiness around this thing. Now, I will say this, right? In terms of like human actors, this is what they need. They were like, oh, you know what? They were on a contract strike the whole nine. You guys got to take a page out of the NCAA. You guys need NILs for real. That's what they need. NILs.
Yeah, you get the right.
Because that's what it's really about when they talk about this whole discussion about like, these are my rights. This is my work, blah, blah, blah. NIL. You guys need an NIL for real.
What I think this is basically remember the generation of dating apps when it first came out, and people were like, "Well, I found my boyfriend online." Everybody's like, "Ew, what the hell's wrong with you? Just go outside, go to the bar,
do some human stuff."
What's the normal thing, right?
Do
What's the
some human
normal way to
stuff,
meet people
right?
now is online.
Yeah.
It went from 0.001% and everybody looking down at you and be like, this is the worst thing ever, to the only way you can meet people is online. That's it. That's the only way. If you walk up to somebody in a grocery store and be like, hey, I can't get your number, they will call the cops on you. Like, that's where we're at right now. This is how far the pendulum has swung to the other direction. So this is that part. We're in the entry stages of this cultural shifting moment. And we are, I would say, very close. I would say within a year, we're going to see AI things and they're going to be fully accepted, and no one's going to bat an eye about it. Right now, there's going to be questions. Because, like, remember, I don't know if you know this, Timberland is working with the AI fake artists, and everybody's livid about this, right?
Yeah.
But if you listen to music right now, you can't tell it's not AI. You can't tell if it is AI.
Dude.
It's garbage. It's music garbage. Whose fault is that? You can't be mad at, Timberland's making an artist. Well, just make better songs. You won't have this problem. So that thing has happened. Everybody's crying about it. There's the AI actress. This thing's happening. Everybody's crying about it. But we are minutes away from this thing flipping over and just being the norm.
You said minutes away. I mean,
it's close. Man. It is close.
I don't think that I don't think this is going to happen. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't think this is going to happen on a major level anyway, right? Because I know you can just be in the green room and you can just speak your part, and then they're like, okay, thank you. And then they'll morph everything together with the AI character, right? But you could have something in your contract that says, hey, I need to know, blah, blah, blah. I don't want this. I mean, like huge, A-list actors, they're not going to do that. Right. I want to see the movie. I want to see the complete AI movie. We kind of see them now because CGI does use AI now. Right. So we kind of see them now with like some of these, cyberpunk sort of anime stuff and everything. It's sort of AI. So why can't we just have a cleaner version? And here's the other thing when it comes to a cleaner version. The thing about Tilly Norwood, she's too crispy. She's too everything is just too... it's not real.
Too clean. That's how you can tell it's AI. That it's this glossy look.
Right.
It doesn't quite look at real yet because it's close. Like it's real close. They can't get the skin textures down right because that's what I'm saying with the color direction, whatever color coding in the movies, whatever. If you had somebody who fixed the colors and processed the film a certain way, it would be fine in post and you couldn't tell the difference. But right now, if you just had a video and put this AI person there, you'd be like, yo, what the hell is this? But we're not that far away because a lot of actors, when they do action stuff, that's a AI CGI person jumping over the bridge.
Right.
Whatever. That's not, the actor doesn't do that
I'm
anymore.
like, wait a minute, they only had 3 fingers.
Right? That dude's in his trailer right now eating some yoo-hoos or whatever. Like, he's not jumping off a bridge. That's very... Tom Cruise is one of the that's why, the Mission Impossible thing looks so good, because he's one of the few people who actually do that anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody else is a CGI fake person doing it or a stunt double, and they just put your face on it. Like so, we're at that point now where you can just put your face on something and your stunt double does the thing for you, and it looks pretty good. You can't tell. So
I
we're
don't
there.
I don't think that yeah, like I said, I don't think this is going to happen. However, I think that
Mhm.
the first really dope sci-fi, I think like with AI to come out with it first, a full length movie, it should be like a
Mhm.
high-end sci-fi joint. I think the first person that does that and it comes out and it's just like, hey, you can buy it for like, direct to consumer, like for $5 or something.
Mhm.
Dude, that's the thing. Think about it. What Hollywood is thinking
Mhm.
about is this, like, yo, we don't want anyone trying to like get into our revenue, right? So
Yeah.
imagine if someone says, you know what, we're gonna create these like high-end like AI movies. We're gonna sell them directly to consumers for $5 or whatever it is.
They're
I
gonna be
mean,
like,
like this
"Gee."
the whole idea of like Tilly Norwood is disruption. And that's why Hollywood and the actors are really tripping out. But like I said, maybe that's a little fire. Maybe it means like, hey, you know what, Hollywood,
Mhm.
stop spending $300 million on crap and like really and really just get it together and like start making great movies. And everything is expensive in America
But
too.
here's
So
the thing:
movies and everything.
movies have been out with AI characters in there before. No, people
Full
don't
length.
remember this. The Rogue One
Mhm.
movie had a character in there that was from the 1977 Star Wars movie that died a long time ago. They did a CGI version of this guy in
Mhm.
the Rogue One movie. He's in there. It doesn't look great. Like it's obvious it's a CGI standing there
Yeah,
talking
you
to
see,
somebody. But
right. Mhm.
that was like 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. What would that thing look like today? It would look a lot better. I'll tell you this
Well,
much.
for sure, for
It would be a
sure.
lot cleaner.
Mhm.
It would be real close to the original thing.
Yeah.
So that I'm saying, like, we've done movies where there's AI characters in it already. That's already happened.
Full
Star
length.
Wars has done
Mhm.
it 3 times. They did the Luke Skywalker thing. They did I forgot the character's name, but he's in the Rogue One movie, and they did one recently.
Mhm.
And one of the Star Wars shows, they had a character that was CGI. So like Star Wars has done it. They put a full CGI character in there,
Mhm.
fake voice and everything. Oh, and they did Princess Leia. They de-aged her and made her young.
Oh
I
yeah,
think right
back
before she died.
right. Mhm.
Yeah, that's from Rogue One. So it's 2 characters in Rogue One,
Well,
and they did the Luke
mhm.
Skywalker in the Mandalorian. Then they de-aged him too. I don't
I
even
was
think he
about to
did it
say
at all.
that.
But like,
But that's
yeah,
man,
yeah.
that like sucked really bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't great,
No,
dude,
no,
at
that's
all.
the thing. It
Mhm.
wasn't great, but that was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
What can you do
We're here now.
today?
Yeah. Mhm.
We're here now. Like,
Yeah, and they were
what is
also using
possible
these
today?
CGI holograms and like music like concerts too when they were bringing Prince back and
Yeah,
Michael
yeah,
Jackson
yeah.
and
They
all that
use
stuff.
Tupac. They did a
Mhm.
thing with
Right.
Tupac and
What I'm
Dr.
speaking
Dre. Yeah,
about is a full length everything AI movie, characters,
but, but, we-
everything else,
but here's the
right?
thing: we are not that far away from that.
Right.
We're
Oh,
close.
and I hope so, but
But
this is
first
mhm.
thing, first is just going to be a CGI character talking to real people and trying to
Yeah,
make that thing as close as possible.
but that's
That's
like
going to be first,
mhm.
which was going to be real soon.
Yeah.
Well, it's already happened, but I'm just saying that's going to be integrated into movies first,
Mhm.
and then TV shows first, and then the next thing is going to be a fully CGI movie
Mhm.
because they've done cartoons and they had that kind of thing like the Tron movie. They did it like it's got the fake CGI kind of thing, and that's the whole movie. The next thing is going to be a full CGI type movie, and they're going to have the AI things in it. And bro, it's close. We are super close to that.
See, I think
We're not that far away.
my order is this. I like those three right there. My order is this. I'm gonna take those three. My order is this here. I think a
Mhm.
movie's gonna come first, right? Because
Mhm.
a real person's, just speaking into a microphone or whatever, doing their scene, and then they're pacing it together, threading it together with like an AI or whatever.
Mhm.
Like that's kind of like simple. And it's also again lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and again, I just think like it's just it's a warning. It's just like, hey, you know what? We can do this. But
Yeah.
so I think the movie will come first. I think the characters in movies and stuff like that with humans, I think people would get tired of that really quickly because, the thing about some of this stuff we do here, even though we may use elements of CGI and even AI and everything else, there is still like an analog element to it. People speaking, a part, dialogue, all that other stuff, right? So I think like that's the humanism. That's the that what makes these movies and everything else authentic. I mean, imagine like one of these coming of age films in AI. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna feel right. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people were saying like with this AI character. She doesn't, I don't feel any emotion from her character.
Well, what I think it needs to take is a human person, and the AI is just going over top what the human's doing. Like I think that's a closer thing to what that, because it's the eye like how your eyes look at something like that. It's still too surreal, I guess. And so like when you get like the way you tilt your head, like how you say stuff like that, that's too far away. But if there's a human being doing it first, and you just put some dots on their face, and they can use that to put the AI on top of that, that's crazy, right?
Yeah,
Like
we're getting
what's his
there.
name? No, we've done this already.
Yeah.
What's the movie Tin by I forgot what the director's name is. The
Oh,
guy who
you're
did
talking about
Jaws.
that spy joint?
Steven Spielberg. He did this cartoon. It's animated, right? But he had real actors do the closed caption thing. And same thing with Avatar with James Cameron.
Yeah,
He
that's
has the
kinda
real
dope, too.
actors. They got the thing on their faces, the dots, and computers reading all this information and then making the CGI version of it. And listen, Avatar looks phenomenal.
Yeah,
And
it
these are
does.
blue aliens, right?
Mhm.
I saw both of them in the theater, and every time I watched it, I was like, "Holy crap, man!" And
Right.
that was the CGI stuff for that was a couple years ago, right? So I can only imagine what that's gonna be like real soon. It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be close, but again, I think that I just think
But
all
you're
the
talking
stuff
about
is.
hands off.
I'm talking
I do
about,
the prompt,
dude.
and the
All
thing is
that's what
done.
I mean. Everything you're saying, I'm like, I love all that stuff, and Avatar was like just. I mean, no one has done that. No one has done that. The second Avatar,
Yeah.
especially, no one has done that.
That was
right?
insane.
Never,
It
right?
looks insane.
So
yeah,
and-
and that was a
and
couple years ago.
But the creativity and like, hey, you know what? How can we blend this and how can we make it real crispy and crunchy as well, right? But I'm talking like hands off, full length, AI only, everything. And make it sci-fi because now you have the ability to do some crazy stuff. Now, if you remember, like in Foundation, when all the ships blew up, I think it was the second season, right? That was AI. That looked like kind of AI to me, because it was 8-second or 10-second like chunks and whatnot. It was like, I was like, okay, I was counting the seconds. And a lot of these
they
joints.
fill in the gaps with some stuff.
Right, exactly.
And like they used AI in Lord of the Rings. The second and third movie, they had these crazy battles with hundreds of thousands of literal human people fighting orcs and stuff like that. And it looked real because they're tiny. They're like this big on the screen. You can't really tell what it is. So it looked good back in, and that was like 20 years ago almost. Good Lord, it's like 20. That's crazy. But like, that was a bunch of years ago. But that was fully AI, and they're doing their own the robots or the animation was doing its own decisions back then, like 20 years ago. So, what's capable now is insane. Like what you can do now. And so realistically, to make this thing good and make it acceptable is going to come down to creativity from the directors and the artists of what they can come up with.
Yep.
The human aspect of it. So
Yep.
now if you got a really good director and he's thinking about how can I make this thing look great, people will accept it faster than, some bum that doesn't know. Like the person who did the Tilly video, they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
Because if it was a real director, they would have filmed it a certain way, or they would have shot it to make it look a certain way,
Right.
and it'll be harder to tell,
And
right?
they even
But they're
broke
just
that
doing
down
basic
too.
stuff to be like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they even broke that down. They were using Runway and Google's VO and all this other stuff. So there was like it didn't
Yeah,
connect
but I'm
really
saying like an
well.
actual director that's got the visual understanding about what people want to see and what makes
Hmm.
sense and why. If they did that, it would be a whole other beast right
Hmm.
there. And I think people would be like, "Wait, we can't tell." that which is the Turing test where we that at that level where you couldn't be able to tell. And that's scary times right there for Hollywood. Big directors and big actors have to get involved and be like, this is okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this will get off the ground without them.
Hmm.
Like a really big director has to be like, this is okay, and I put this in my movie.
Yeah.
That's what has to happen.
And I for real, AI is being used in movie production today. We know that,
Oh,
right?
100% right now.
100%.
Oh, right now, yeah.
What's
Yeah.
about this whole Tilly Norwood thing, what's really fascinating to me, and here's a legal
Mhm.
question I'm gonna pose to you. This is really fascinating
Mhm.
to me. So like Hollywood and actors and everything, they're all up in a tizzy because they think that this Tilly was trained on their, sort of work, right?
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
just
that's the
like,
fear.
right.
You can't have this thing be done. Use my work to make this thing that's gonna replace me. You can't do
Oh,
that.
okay, but all right. So this is an AI image, right? This is created, and then
Mhm.
this image was created first, then the video, and then they trained the whole model, the whole nine, right? So when they
Mhm.
say, this was trained on, work I created, like how so? I mean, did you tell this AI, you created Tilly and you said, here's all this data, in text form or whatever, everything else, and then,
Mhm.
boom. But I'm just like, so what's the difference between, just maybe, someone watching movies and like mimicking like how someone,
Mhm.
say says like certain words or anything like that. Maybe they're inspiring, to become an actor and they're just following someone else. I think there's nuance to that whole question. It's just like, what do you mean? It's just like, but it's out there
Mhm.
anyway. People are learning this stuff, it's being
Yeah.
taught in classes, so the
Well, that's the
whole
thing.
legal
There's limits
perception of it.
to
Right, but I think the
there's
whole
limits
legal
to that.
perception of it is just like, well, what are you talking about? Like
Mhm.
we read, what's the difference? We read and we
Mhm.
see what you're doing, and we're like, hey, you know what? This actor, oh, you know what? They're kind of like Denzel Washington, or that person is like,
Mhm.
Jennifer Aniston. What is the difference? I think once you get some really good lawyers on both sides to like argue
Mhm.
this, man, that is going to be so freaking fascinating to me.
Yeah. Because there will be court cases about this,
Yes.
100%. And how the court cases go down depends on how far this goes and how quick it goes.
Yeah.
But I think like
Mhm.
the basics of it is going to be there, and it's going to be settled in court for
Yeah.
sure.
But
And
the other
after
thing is,
that,
where's the
who
proof?
knows?
Where's the proof? How do you know we
Hmm.
did that? Where's the proof? Did this person like just
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
your videos like forever? I mean, like what you see what I'm saying? Dude, that's a really
yeah. Well,
fascinating question.
you got to put the code into a machine and
Yep.
have a thing.
Is Tilly Norwood
Hmm.
the future of acting or the end of it?
End of it. 100% the end of it. Because
Really?
listen, the second this thing goes out, they're gonna make more and more of them. More people are just gonna start using it. And the I think the problem for Hollywood is it's the people that are making stuff in their bedrooms in their house, those kind of directors and the future people that are gonna ruin Hollywood and take this thing away from them. Because they're more motivated, they're gonna be more creative, and Hollywood is bankrupt. They don't know what to do. They're just standing around following trends. The person who creates this thing first, they're just gonna throw a bunch of money at them and hope it goes away or they take control of it. Honestly, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna throw buckets of money at this person and hope for
Yeah.
the best. But that's not gonna control it. Because this is for the
Is it-
people. This is like Bane from Batman. It's gonna be for the people. It's gonna be out there. You can't
Yeah,
stop it.
it's out there. It's here. It's no one's gonna put
Hmm.
it down, but I don't think it's gonna end just that sort of that industry because again, I mean, you still need people there, and I think remember in that Terminator with Scott Bell, um,
Hmm.
where like just books were banned, but everyone was seeking knowledge. They wanted, like, they were like, these books are so informational. I want to just seek all this knowledge, right? And I think it's the same thing with AI or robots or whatever, right? And humans, it's just like when you go to an art show, it's just like, hey, that person, that's a fine artist. That person did that. Remember when we were talking about like, this was like the last behind the news, I think, or something else.
Where like NFTs?
Yeah, with the NFTs, right? And how people were going to like the guy who got in on the ground level, he was a real artist and he did real shows. That's what he really wanted to do.
They threw money at that
right.
dude. And everybody else is chasing that guy. They all got pennies to nothing.
Exactly, right? Because he really wanted to throw a show in an art gallery, dude, because he wanted people to come see him. I think like that whole interaction, like in real life, people still want that. And I think when it comes to like acting, AI will be a part of that. But I don't think that it's going to like, right now, not yet. That's what everyone says. Like, well, no, it's not going to happen. Not yet, right? But I just think that full-length AI movie that's a sci-fi, crazy off-the-chain type joint, when that movie comes out, that's going to make people say, wow, okay, what can we do? But like someone just acting and with having a dialogue with an AI in a movie, that's kind of, again, this Hollywood is corny and they do all these layups, That's just all this stuff, all this stuff with Tilly and Hollywood, all this stuff is corny, it's lame, it's a layup. I think something much bigger is coming, right?
I agree. Something's coming, and I think someone's going to utilize this in a way people didn't think of.
Yeah.
And that's because you have to be disruptive. Anything you learn about tech is that it's the disruptors that win. You just trying to do a thing and add something on top of the thing that's already there. Nobody cares. But the person that's going to break this thing apart, those people win all the time.
Yeah.
And so that's what's going to happen here. It's going to be something crazy that upends everybody. That's why I say Hollywood's kind of finished.
Yeah, listen. I think I would have made her taller. You know what I'm saying? Like, make her taller, yo. Give me like, just give me something to look at if you're going to be disruptive, I mean, I guess you can have that. She can be in these teen movies. What happens when she's like, I don't know, like maybe.
Well, this is what the AI is a problem because the AI is a problem because this is ageless. This thing is immortal, basically.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Actors get old, they get wrinkles, they have bad
no emotions either. It's no emotions.
No emotions.
Actors, they get into a role. You know how they were talking about how Denzel, like when he's on a set, like don't mess with him. He's here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
What's most likely going to happen is there's going to be unpaid intern doing the stuff behind the scenes to make this person doing the acting stuff, the acting stuff. They stand in the corner, like a fill-in,
right?
And they're standing there, they're making the faces, they're doing stuff, and just put the AI right on top of that, call it a day.
Wow,
that's where we're gonna be.
Again, we're gonna wrap this up, but I really like this. I'm not even gonna front. I like this. What do you think? Do you like this? Like, do you like it as a creative tool? Do you love the fact that it's disruptive? Everything about it.
I'm indifferent. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Like I'm a movie person. I love watching movies. So like if you can make a good movie with it, I'm okay with it. Like I'm kind of annoyed at Hollywood, like for the last couple movies that we watched, like the Superman movie's awful. And like that kind of stuff drives me crazy. But like if we can get some good people behind it and make something interesting with it and kind of bring costs down so that movies aren't too expensive anymore to make, so they can make more of them, then sure. Right. I'm for that.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. I do love this, but not in the way where, I'm waiting for one of these AIs to be in a movie. I think that part of it is corny. I love the just the way this was released, the way it was disruptive, just how it just like, caused a frizzy, a frantic, crazy earthquake just happened in Hollywood, LA. And it's just like, oh, and it's just like, I love that about it, like get up off of your butt and start doing some work. Like you said, like lower the cost of these movies and release a lot more of them. And also don't, you can also release movies straight to like streaming as well, like they're doing now, but more of them. So that's what I'm saying. I love this. I love the fact that it's just scaring people in a really cool, creative way. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Tilly Norwood, if you're in the DC area, look me up. I mean, I know some great food spots you can go to because she does walk the red carpet apparently, right? So if you're going to walk the red
Yeah.
carpet, maybe you can go to a restaurant too. But anyway, that is who Tilly Norwood is. She is an AI generated character by Particle 6 out in UK. And it was just it was brilliant just how they released this, just the whole marketing of it. You gotta love that, right?
Yeah, disruptor.
Disruptor, gotta love it. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of Behind the News. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.